You've got basically Republican senators in Hawley and Ted Cruz calling out Mitch McConnell in public, plus Rick Scott, who's actually running. So those are strong attacks from senators on the conservative side. Now, no one knows if they can find and build the critical mass against McConnell in an open vote where they would actually have the majority. No one knows whether he'll win again, as to be clear, he has done many times in his notably long and wily career. But to hear some Republicans, it's also larger than McConnell because the voters have thoroughly rejected this Republican Party as it is known today. Indeed, that's how Republican Senator Josh Hawley sees it.
I think that this election was the funeral for the Republican Party as we know it. The Republican Party, as we have known it, is dead. And voters have made that clear.
Damn. That is an attempted wake-up call. A Republican saying the Republican Party is dead, a bit like when Nas said in 2006 that hip-hop is dead. An obituary hits harder when it comes from within the club. Nas even named a whole album, Hip Hop is Dead, mixing eulogy with a call for action. In fact, asked what he meant, Nas explained, quote, hip-hop is dead because we artists don't have the power. Well, by that standard, Republican senators are correct in this Senate eulogy you just heard. Rare to hear that in public. They are powerless again. Now, does that mean they can be counted out forever? It depends on what they do. The Nas analogy also striking right now because he just dropped an iconic new album. The art form feels very alive. We don't know if Republican senators are ready to grow or do the work. We do know it's very different, though, than the lies and the election denialism that greeted their 2020 drubbing. Because you remember, 2020, like this new election in the last week, involved a major rejection of Donald Trump and Trumpism and MAGA. But the reaction was not to talk about funerals. It was to deny the voters even said what they said. Maybe living in denial 2 elections in a row no longer looks to anyone in the GOP like a reasonable path to get power again. And remember, I showed you Senator Hawley because he was so vocal today against McConnell. He was also the first senator to break for the January 6 challengers. It was his political prominence that he built on peddling the lie about that election, not saying it was a funeral, not talking about respecting the voters. It was a lie with his fist hoisted in the air, denying Trump's loss, pandering to election deniers who would storm the Capitol. Now he's the one delivering hard truths today that are only hard truths if you accept the reality of the election results, which have Republicans losing the Senate.
The Republican Party, as we have known it, is dead. And voters have made that clear.
Voters did make their views clear last week. They also made their views clear in 2020, when I want to be clear. Hawley took not only the opposite position, but helped foment the criminal storming of his own workplace over that lie, when voters also were clearly rejecting Trump and Trumpism. So while we're quoting Hawley because he's making news going at McConnell tonight, I have to be clear with you. There is scant evidence that Mr. Hawley has grown more responsible on actually protecting democracy. Rather, it seems he doesn't like being out of power. Indeed, with that fist in the air, as all of those criminals attacked the police, Hawley's reaction in 2020 was thuggery. As Nas says on the new album I mentioned, gang members got nothing on these congressmen. Facts. Now Mr. Hawley, like other Senate Republicans, appears to have a reaction to this election that is actually facing the facts, facing the voters' rejection, talking about it in public, and seeking a kind of political redemption. And at least for Mr. Hawley and Mr. Cruz, apparently they believe that redemption begins by coming after King McConnell. Hey, I'm Ari Melber. Thanks for watching The Beat. I wanted to let you know I'm writing a foreword to the January 6th committee's full report, which is coming out soon from HarperCollins. You can go pre-order the book right now, and it'll come to you first when the report comes out in the fall or whenever the government releases it. Just search Melber Jan 6th on Amazon or your favorite independent book site and click pre-order. You'll be the first to get both the report and my new piece on the coup conspiracy. You can also go to melberbook.com and order it there.